Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back for another Journaling on a Budget video. And today I'm having a play with something I saw Sonya do yesterday. That's Sonya Stepto here on YouTube. And I just did a little different bit of a take on it. But anyways, I'm going to put it on this page here because these pages are so dark, they're kind of hard to deal with. And so this will be a nice thing to use for that. And what I want is I just got a scrap of paper. And I just want my paper to be about as wide as my page here in the book. So I'm just gonna cut it right here so that I don't have to measure. I'm gonna move the book out of the way, but we'll put it in there in a minute. And this is just a really nice, simple one. It's fun to do. And just gonna cut it right across this line. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight because we are going to cut it into a heart. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my paper in half. But I'm not going to fold it in half. I'm just going to kind of hold it this way because I don't want a big crease down the middle. And I'm going to cut this into a heart. Just move your hands as you go. And really, I wanted this heart to be as tall as this paper almost. So there we go. And now we have our heart. And so Sonya turned this into a really cute little envelope. So all you do is you just turn over one of the sides. And you can do this by measuring or anything like that. I just do it like this. I just turn over that side and then I just kind of fold my heart in half again, not putting a crease in it. And then I just take the other side and kind of put a little fold there so that I know where I need to fold, and fold it in half like that. Okay, kind of take that center crease back out of there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your rounded parts of your heart and turn it up towards the top, lining up the bumps of your heart with the edge of these little points right here. You want to bring your heart bumps right up to there. If you're down lower, then your flap of your envelope can fold these down, and you don't want to trim them off or anything. So I'm just going to kind of line that up right about with there, and I'm going to fold that right there. And then what Sonya did was she just glued down these edges right here, and then you have your flap, and that turns it into an envelope. Now on this one, my bumps are a little bit high, so they're making my envelope have these white spaces here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this down just a little bit. Maybe I should do it this way. Let's see, I've only done one of these, so I'm going to fold this right down to the tops of these points right here. I'm going to fold my flap first. Well, pretend I didn't fold that yet. So fold the flap first, just like that. And then we'll fold the parts of our heart right up to that line. That's a better way to do it. There we go. Now when we fold that down there, that looks much better. Now you don't have those little white parts sticking out on each side. So now we have this really cute little envelope, and to make this envelope into an envelope, you just go ahead and you just glue it right down here and right down here and put it together, and you've got a little envelope. Now, when I was looking at it, I thought, wouldn't that be cool to have it as a journaling spot? So instead of gluing it, I left it unglued. And now we're going to grab our book here, and I'm going to show you something about it. We're going to put it on this page because that's where it opened up to. Kind of the same as the other. All right, so when I put the envelope in here, and it looked really cute, but then when I opened it up, oops, I folded over my little bumps. Okay, so when I opened it up, my heart was upside down. Well, you don't want that. So the way that I put it in the journal I was working on was I put my heart in sideways. That doesn't bother me. I didn't want it upside down, but sideways doesn't bother me at all. So I'm gonna put some lines on my heart first and just edge it really quickly so that we've actually got a place to journal, and so that it looks like a journaling spot when you open it up. Now, I use distress inks most of the time, and the distress inks soak into your string. I'll line this up. And so you kind of get, you don't get, this is not going to be perfectly blue, even though I just put blue distress ink on it, because the other colors of distress ink that are on there, being that they're water soluble, the blue has reactivated whatever's underneath of it. So it's going to come out a little bit of a different color. That does not bother me at all. Actually, I kind of like that. So, but just wanted to kind of tell you that. So if yours are coming out different colors, see, it kind of came out a little bit of a green color. So now we've got our lines on our heart, and we're going to just do a little bit of distressing around the edges. You can distress just the outside or the inside, because when it opens up, I want it to have that little bit of contrast around the edge. I'm going to distress around the inside, and then I'm going to fold it up and distress around the outside on what's going to show on the front. We'll just do this really quickly, but I wanted to actually glue it in, so I need to do this while I'm showing it to you. Now I'm going to fold it back up, and I'm actually going to pull this fold down just a little bit because I folded up the tops of bumps of my heart, and I don't want that. Kind of put those back down a little bit. There we go, that still works. And now I'm just going to go around the edges that are going to show, because this back part right here we're going to glue right into our book to make this into a journaling spot. Now I want to open this up to do this, because that's what we're going to do when we go to journal in it, is open it up. So I just want to make sure that all of the edges that are going to show when we open it up have some of the distress ink on there, just to give it a little bit of contrast. Open this one up, get the edges of it, and then you can put, because it looks like a little envelope, you can put a little tag inside that can be journaled on. I'll show you the other one that I did, the first one that I did, and I put a little like ticket in it, and it looks really cute, and I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, so now these have edging on them. I can see it there and there. I'm just going to do a little bit on this edge and on this fold. And I also want to do it because when we open it up, we're going to see right here. So I want to do it right there. And I did it on the other side already. Okay, so there we go. Everything that we're going to see is edged. So I'm now just going to take this, and the way that I'm going to glue this in my book is I'm going to put my glue on the back of the envelope with it folded up so that I don't get the glue anywhere that I don't want it. I know this is the only part that's going to be glued down. So just get some glue on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up so that I know when I'm placing it down, well, if I can get a hold of it, I know that when I'm placing it down, it's where I want it to be. And actually, I should open it the whole way. Make sure that it looks kind of straight. Okay, now I know that's where I want it to be, so I can fold it back up and give it a little look. And that looks good. See, now I didn't want to place it right in the middle of my page. I have a little less space over here than I do over here because my heart bumps come out farther than my envelope flap does. So you want to make sure that when you glue it on, that you open it up like that to make sure that your whole heart is going to fit on your page, so when someone opens it up, they can go ahead and they can write on there, and then they can just close it back up and put a little tab right here to hold it closed. So I just have a little piece of scrap paper here that had a butterfly on it, and so I'm going to quick edge that because I don't want it to just be plain. And then I'm just going to put this on here. Now I'm going to put it I think I'm going to put it this way. So my butterfly is actually going up and down when you open the book. And then when you glue it on there, you need to make sure that you glue just the edge that's going to touch on the envelope and leave the rest of it unattached so you can tuck your little flap in there. So I'm just going to put just a little bit of glue right here, just across the bottom. And then I'm going to make sure that I don't get that glue close to my flap. I want it to be away from there so that when it squishes out a little bit, it doesn't squish up and grab that flap and glue it down. So I'm just going to glue that right there and hold it for just a second. And now our flap can tuck in there. Hold it down for just another second. I don't want to pull it up. Now we can just take the flap of our envelope and tuck it in there. And when somebody wants to write on it, they can just open it up and do their writing. So I just think that's cute. Thank you very much for the inspiration, Sonya. I really had fun doing this, and now you can decorate around it, around your page, or you could do that before you glue it in. So, and here's the one that I did in a book that I'm working on right now. This is my Little Bird book, and in this one, I have washi tape between my pages, so I made my little flap out of the washi tape, and I just stuck it to cardboard. Well, I glued it to the cardboard so it would stick, because this washi tape doesn't stick well, and it says "Life is Wonderful" on it. And then when you open it up, you have your heart to journal on, and then I just made a little ticket that just fits inside. So you've got, and on the back of my ticket, I put little journaling lines on there too. So there's two little spots that you can journal on. And on this one, I just went ahead and I did some stenciling on the page before I put my envelope in and put a few butterflies on there. And so that page is actually done the way it is. Actually, I think I'm going to put some lace or something on it. But yeah, so that's how they look. They're really fun to make, really easy to make. Thank you very much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. And I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.